I am so tired of you acting like you speak for the people of the state of Indiana or the city of Indianapolis. You do not speak for me or anyone I know. Now listen, you two jerks. Jerks on the right.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. What are you laughing at?
Because I just got a little pop-up that said that Twitch is not connected because the title is inappropriate. So, I mean, sorry.
You did it right. You did it right, dildo out. You
Well,
put
maybe it doesn't accept like characters, and so because I tried to asterisk that word, now it's like
It's
we
like-
don't understand. So to the 6 people that watch us on Twitch, sorry,
right.
you're gonna have to
I
find us
mean,
somewhere else.
do they know who we are? We're gonna write dildo in the title.
Hello.
Dildo.
It's
But it's
kind of
not.
a
It's
big
start
deal.
out. This is the
Well,
thing.
it is in some places, but like not in others. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it
We're
just made me-
inappropriate. Good
it
morning,
made me
everybody.
smile a little
Hello.
bit.
Hi.
Good morning. We're gonna kick it off with a brand new it's not an episode really. It's a what would you call
It's a segment.
a segment.
A mini
yes.
segment.
A
Yes.
mini segment of
Mhm.
Don't F with your face.
Don't F with your face.
And I think we've featured her before, but there's news about her, which we'll just let her tell you herself. Here is today's episode of Don't F with your face.
Don't do it.
Your face.
Yes.
You guys had a facelift. I
Oh.
will tell you about the consultation because those are just f***ing funny and debasing. So you sit there and then a guy comes in and then he just looks at you and he's like, yeah, you got a lot of problem areas. Uh-huh. Well, I can't fix that. You just have to live with that part. But, okay, I can do this and then we're going to move this around. By the way, this is my third. So yes. Enjoy that Daily Mail. I know that's so vain. I'm so vain for no reason.
Oh my
No one
God.
has ever gone to a Kathy Griffin show to see her beautiful, youthful face. You come to hear my jokes, which is what I want. I don't want you to come to care what I look like. I'm in Lululemons today, for God's sake. I'm in my fat pants.
Okay. Her eyes, she's starting to look Asian.
I mean, she's
know?
definitely looking ageless. Okay, can you guys hear me? Because I
Yeah.
saw a lot of comments
I
saying I'm
can-
too hard to hear.
I know, me too. I can actually hear her just fine.
Really? I turned myself up, but I don't know. They had me turn off echo cancellation, so I don't know if that made a difference. I don't know. But like, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you guys hear Mock? Yeah.
Okay,
Everybody.
Gracie
People are
says it's
saying,
okay.
hear you fine. Somebody,
No.
Frank just threw up his Egg McMuffin. I know it was bad, right? She's so stretched, like nothing can move. I can't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if I had a facelift, it would be like this.
I feel like I would just look
you
Asian.
guys. I would look like, right, you look Asian.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's weird. Some
Don't-
people say my sound is quiet and some people say it's fine, but like, I don't know what to do.
Don't
it's
F
up.
with your face or your sound. Don't F with that.
Oh, whoops. I didn't even mean to do that. I was actually just trying to get it so that it would show our links.
Yep. Definitely check out our links, you guys. Check out all of our socials, chicksonright.com/links. You should do it. You should totally do that. No, I'm not going to get a facelift, business buzz. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. You guys are going to have to deal with the wrinkles and the sagging. Sorry.
You guys, we have the whole segment called Don't F with your face. So obviously we're not going to be
Not gonna do
effing with our faces.
Not going to F with it. Right. You guys want me to talk softer? Okay, I can step away from my mic. Here we go.
Wait, so they're saying that
I'm
is
too
going
loud.
on?
I don't
know
know.
what-
We're
I
going to
don't
have to
know.
talk to her. I know.
I don't
Bellen,
know.
help.
Adage.
Help, Bellen.
Yeah, maybe she can come in and like adjust sounds because I don't know what else to do. All right, let's get to some things and some stuff. There was a shooting yesterday that took place a couple hours away from here, from where I live, at Fort Stewart in Georgia. And it turns out that it was this 28-year-old Army Sergeant Cornelius Radford. They caught him after he shot a bunch of people. And it turns out that he is a terrible shot because all 5 soldiers who he shot at Fort Stewart are in stable condition. 3 of them had to do surgery, but they are expected to survive just fine. So I put him in the chair. Like, I don't know anything more about his motive or whatever. Put him in the chair.
Agreed. Totally agree. God, just stop.
It's just senseless nonsense.
It is senseless. Just stop it. So sick of these stories. Quit being insane.
Right? Also, this is kind of our segment where we just have a lot of different kinds of headlines going on that have nothing to do with each other. This was super interesting to me that former special counsel Bob Mueller, who was just subpoenaed, has now been discovered in a memory care home. So I'm guessing that means he will not be a witness in any kind of congressional committee.
He should run for president. Obviously.
Right. I mean, I think it's time.
Naturally.
I think it's time.
Right.
Also, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn has made things official. She's running for governor.
Oh.
Trump is back, America is blessed, and Tennessee better than ever. I'm Marsha Blackburn. Here in the volunteer state, we always lead the way. And that's why I am announcing my candidacy for governor. Tennessee is the greatest place in the world to rear a family, make a life and a living, and together we can make our great state even better. We'll make Tennessee America's #1 job-creating, energy-producing powerhouse. Deliver a world-class education for our children by empowering parents, not the deep state. And whether it takes planes, trains, or starships, we'll deport illegal aliens because respect for the law starts with enforcing it. This is Tennessee. We'll honor the Constitution, we'll value life, and we'll define our boys and girls the way God made them. I love Tennessee, I believe in Tennesseans, and I'm ready to deliver the kind of conservative leadership that will ensure our state is America's conservative leader for this generation and the next. I'm Marsha Blackburn, I'm running for governor, and I would be honored to have your support.
I like her. And I love Tennessee. You know, I love Tennessee. I went to undergraduate school there at University of Tennessee in Knoxville. So I love me some Tennessee. Go Vols. Go Marsha. Go.
And just compare and contrast that campaign ad with the one that we showed the other day of Nancy Mace running for governor here in South Carolina.
Right.
There's one, and I'm not even going to tell you who. There's one of them who's all about me, 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 me. Look how I've fought. Look how I'm holding the line. Look at me going after so-and-so. And then there's Marsha.
Who's like all about, she's all about the state. She's all about Tennessee and Tennesseans. Right. She's all about that. Yeah. Which is the way it should be, because she should be all about her constituents, the people that live there, the state itself, what she's going to do for the state. Yeah. Marsha is a class act.
That's the thing. I wish she were here.
Yeah.
I really do.
I know. Go Vols. Yep.
And then, of course, a lot of people are suggesting that it be Tim Burchett that should be the replacement, that he should run for her Senate seat. So, and maybe
I'd love
will.
that.
I don't know.
That would be great.
That would be something.
Uh-huh.
That would be
we like
something.
him. Yep.
We told you not to F with your face, but there's one thing that you can do that is very superficial and safe, and it's BonCharge. Let me show it to you while Daisy talks about it.
Guys, BonCharge. Okay, so it is our new sponsor as of this week. If you don't want to F with your face, but you want to have fabulous skin. Oh my God. You get some fabulous skin and some in-home spa vibes. This is some skincare magic right here. So it's the red light face mask. It's like my 10-minute daily go-to. I usually do it right after the show. It's like my little relaxing at-home spa session. You just pop it on for like 10 minutes a day. That's it. No fuss, no appointments. It's lightweight. It contours perfectly to your face. A lot of these are like hard case. Not cool. I don't like those. This is this really is soft and it just
moldable.
It molds like, to your face. It contours perfectly. You get to scare the dogs. I look like Iron Man in mine. You don't look like Iron Man. I look like Iron Man, but I like to go around scaring people and I like it. You don't have to leave your house. I work around the house. I do stuff around the house. I'll clean the kitchen, do whatever. I work at my computer. It's that awesome. You can just continue to do what you do. It is award-winning, high-tech. It rejuvenates your complexion. It has the advanced red light. It has all the different scientific things that I don't understand, but it works. It's awesome. And I've been using it for a few weeks now and I love it. Like it really helps. My teenage daughter's using it because it's great for acne. It's great for wrinkles. It's great. These are all the rage right now. This one is the best. It's rechargeable, no more disposable stuff, and it's backed by our 1-year warranty, and they ship worldwide. So it's fantastic. Don't F with your face. Don't do it. Go to BonCharge.com. Use code CHICK. Save 15%. That's BonCharge.com. Use code CHICKS for 15% off. Get a glow up, ladies. Do this. Grab the BonCharge red light face mask today. Do it.
Do it. It's such good like self-care.
It really
take care of
is.
you kind of thing. And they also have other red light products. Like if you, I'm thinking about doing one
The
that I
knee.
can attack. Yeah. Because it's good for anti-inflammation too.
Mhm.
And so
Right.
I actually have been putting the mask around my knee,
Yeah.
even though it's got like the holes for
Not
the eyes.
supposed to
and
be for your knee.
You're not supposed to do that, but like I
Right.
figure why not? It's not going to hurt.
Mhm.
So
It's red
just
light.
saying,
What are you going to do?
Lots
Right.
of uses.
Mhm.
All right. Interesting thing happening in Oklahoma for teachers who are moving there from other states and specifically blue states. There's something that they're going to have to do first.
All right, so for anybody who's got teachers in their family in Oklahoma, this is a story you'll probably want to listen to because there are teachers that are relocating there from progressive states who will now be evaluated on the America First agenda. Oklahoma as a state now is going to require new teachers pass an America First test to keep their license. They're going to have knowledge of the U.S. Constitution, an understanding of American exceptionalism, a grasp of fundamental biological differences between boys and girls. Perhaps for some, this sounds like common sense.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's exactly what it sounds like. It's awesome.
I love it. And I love Oklahoma. God bless
Go
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. That's amazing.
Yep.
Also, Trump had himself a tweet. It wasn't one of the crazy long ones that we've seen as of late. But here's what he said. He said, "I'm proud to be the only president, with the possible exception of the late, great George Washington, to donate my salary. My first paycheck went to the White House Historical Association as we make much needed renovations to the beautiful people's house. Great improvements, beautifications taking place at the White House at levels not seen since its original creation. Make America great again." And he is certainly beautifying that place.
Right.
All at his expense.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
It is. It is. And people who are like, I get to decide what he does with the money can suck it.
Right.
They can absolutely suck. There are liberals who are complaining about this. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do it because he is the only president, with the exception of Washington, that has donated his salary. Like, you don't get to, just because he's rich doesn't mean that he has to do that.
Right.
So
he could just as easily keep it. And yet he's not. He is all about making America better at every possible turn. I love that.
Me too.
And
Me too.
It's just awesome. Also, there were rumors, and I don't remember what outlet started the rumors. Maybe it'll say in the tweet, but there was basically a rumor that a whole bunch of people, Trump, Vance, others, including Susie Wiles, Bondi, Kash Patel, all kinds of people were going to get together at JD Vance's house to discuss their whole strategy related to the Epstein case. And so CNN, it was the CNN story that came out. And JD Vance was like, that is just complete fake news. He said, quote, or the comms director said, quote, "The CNN story is pure fiction. There was never a supposed meeting scheduled at the VP's residence to discuss Epstein's strategy." So how CNN just came up with that, this is what they do.
It's not a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, this is what they do.
Right. They just manufacture stories. I'm not surprised by this at all. Just do not trust these people.
Ridiculous. And I mean, why do that when they know that they're going to be exposed instantaneously? I mean, maybe they think that they won't be, but like, this is not an administration that's just going to let that go.
No.
They're going to call it out. And I'm glad about it.
CNN is a freaking joke. And MSNBC is worse.
Yeah, if you can imagine.
I know, right?
there was a meeting in the Oval Office yesterday with Tim Cook from Apple, which we'll get into in a little bit, but there was a Q&A portion of that meeting, and this came up again. Like, they asked Trump, are you planning on going to JD's house tonight to talk about the Epstein strategy? And Trump was also like, what is even happening? And he just sort of let JD answer the question. Here is that moment.
Hosting some kind of gathering of top advisors this evening to talk about how to respond.
Get the guy laughing in the back.
I don't know. I could ask you that question. I don't know of it, but I think here's the man right here.
I saw it reported today, and it's completely fake news. We're not meeting to talk about the Epstein situation, and I think the reporter who reported it needs to get better sources.
Look, the whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats.
Can you even?
Just stop. Like,
I know, right?
And
Liars.
I guess Ghislaine she got moved from prison in Florida to prison in Texas. So yes. People are like freaking out that she's moved from one like minimum security facility to another. I don't know the reason for the move, but naturally the conspiracy theorists among us want to make that a thing. And so it's like when I name these two, you're just going to immediately roll your eyes. But Alex Jones and Candace Owens, Alex had Candace on his show, decided to take that whole thing apart and use it in a way to disparage President Trump. First, you're going to see Trump answering a question about that from Caitlin Collins. And she's very persistent. And he's just like, I heard about this when you guys did, you idiots. Here is that exchange. And then Alex and Candace responding.
And did you personally approve the prison transfer for Ghislaine Maxwell that your Justice Department?
I didn't know about it at all. No, I read about it just like you did.
And do you believe that she is
It's not a very uncommon thing.
Do you believe that she's credible to be listening to? Your Deputy Attorney General sat down with her recently.
Well, let me tell you, he's a very talented man. His name is Todd Blanche. He's a very legitimate person, very high. I just a very highly thought of person, respected by everybody. And I didn't talk to him about it, but I will tell you that whatever he asked would be totally appropriate. And it's not an uncommon thing to do that. And I think he probably wants to make sure that, people that should not be involved or aren't involved are not hurt by something that would be very, very unfortunate, very unfair to a lot of people.
And now, just like Maxwell told DOJ, Trump never did anything concerning anything around her. So people are saying this doesn't look too good, Candace, but I never saw any evidence of Trump as she's saying. So why red carpet her? Because somebody in his orbit is connected.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It feels like they went in there and will you agree to say this, say that? We'll move you to a nice cushy prison, so you can live out the rest of your sentence. He's going to pardon her, by the way. That's coming down the pipeline. And like I said, it's just sad to see this. It genuinely makes me sad because I devoted so many years to getting out there and campaigning for Trump. I truly believed him. And I just feel like the scales are falling off of my eyes here. And I'm just realizing there is no entity that has more power than the Israel lobby in America and all around the world, by the way. Francis Feingold, too, people locked up for anti-Semitism for telling the truth. Like, you can literally go to prison if you tell the truth, if it points to a larger conspiracy about who has control. So it's not just America that's fighting this. But, I don't know. We have to look towards the future. People that are willing to stand up to this are the people that should be platformed. And I think in the future, it will become a litmus test.
It's obviously the Jews. It's the Jews.
Everything is the Jews.
You know what my favorite thing is about her is that on the front of her laptop are pictures of her. That's my favorite thing. Don't you do that? Don't you put pictures of yourself on the front of your laptop? God, I love me. I love me.
I
know. It's the Jews. It's the Jews. The Jews. I'm the hangnail. It's the Jews. Great.
Getting back to the whole reason that Tim Apple, as Trump has called him previously, was in the White House, it was to make a huge, huge, huge announcement, another really good for America announcement. Apple has announced that they'll be making all iPhone and watch screens in Kentucky, bringing back jobs from overseas. And now 100% of iPhone and watch screens will be made in America. And that means the workforce in Kentucky will be increased by 50%. They're going to be hiring all over the country. And they're going to be investing an additional $100 billion in American manufacturing. That's in addition to the $500 billion they already committed to. This is amazing.
It is
amazing.
It is so great. And you're not hearing enough about this. People on the left and the right should be applauding this. It's fantastic. That is America first, y'all. That really is. It's so great.
It is.
Why isn't Candace talking about that?
Well, because she's very, very busy talking about the Jews.
That's right.
Obviously.
That's right. They're there, Daisy. Because that's fantastic. That's so great, you guys. In addition to all the other stuff that he's doing. I mean, that's great. I love that. I love to see that. More of that,
that's
please.
All good stuff.
More.
There was also a moment during the Q&A when a reporter asked Trump if he misses having Elon Musk around and at the White House. And you know what? Trump is kind of wistful, I thought, about Elon. Here is that little exchange.
I'm wondering, do you miss having him around the White House, or is that poll accurate?
I don't know if the poll's accurate. I think he's a good person. I think he had a bad moment, really bad moment. But he's a good person. I believe that.
And I agree.
I just love that.
I agree with him too. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he had a bad moment. And people think he's terrified of Musk. Like they think that he's saying that. That's what people are saying on Twitter. They're like, oh, well, he's terrified of him. That's what he's not terrified. Dude took a bullet to the head, stood up and said, fight, fight, fight. He's not terrified of anybody. He's not terrified of Musk. No, he's definitely not. I think he means it. We've all known people who are good people who do asshole things. That's what they just do. Humans are going to human.
Right.
And, and Elon, he also is like, isn't he on the spectrum? He's gonna human, and then he's gonna human on the spectrum. That's what he's gonna do. You know what I mean? Like he gave him, I think Trump likes him. He genuinely likes him. He's giving him some grace. I mean, it is what it is. I would not be surprised if at some point in their lives they hung out again. I just wouldn't be surprised at all by that.
It's coming. I think it's coming.
Yeah.
They're just easing into it because apparently, Elon gave a bunch of money to a Trump PAC recently. In fact, after their spat. So I do think that there are fences being mended, as they say.
And I think Elon has, a lot of respect for Trump, despite everything that happened, obviously.
I also think that. And because we're talking about two alpha males, there is no segue that is appropriate to talk about our next sponsor, which is brand spanking new.
Oh my God, you guys. Yeah, there is no way to segue.
There's no way to segue.
Yeah, but you know how we were talking about bras the other day and how we put them on and how I put mine on? I do it this way. I do it from behind and then I do it
like a sixth grader who just got a bra.
Right. Yes. And so many people. Now we can talk about how we put them on and they're like the most comfortable and supportive and beautiful bras ever for all the booby sizes, you guys. They're HoneyLove bras. These are the greatest. We were so excited to get a bra sponsor. For all the ladies that need support, HoneyLove's got you. And then for all the people on the A team, HoneyLove's got you. Like they're really great. They also have shapewear, which is amaze balls. We've gotten both. Mock and I have gotten both. The shapewear is great. Like, listen, you don't need to alter your body surgically. You don't need to F with your body either. You can just put some HoneyLove on and it makes your body look amaze balls. Everything smooths out. It's so great. It's an independent female founded brand. All of their products are designed by women who actually wear the stuff, including their founder, Betsy. Her name is Betsy, and she's highly involved in the development of each product. They recently launched their new Cloud Embrace bra, which is amazing, and it's sold out in days because it's like a wireless t-shirt bra. If you guys are into t-shirt bra, like they don't have all the wire crap in them, and there's no lines, and it's like you're wearing nothing underneath your t-shirt, your tight t-shirts. So you guys should definitely check them out. We absolutely love this brand. You can save 20% off at honeylove.com/chicks. Use our link to get 20% off. honeylove.com/chicks. 20% off is great. And then, if they ask where you heard about them, tell them the chicks. It's great. They're fantastic. Do it. Yes.
Okay, just to cap off this segment and before we start on another one, I don't know what this is. This is some sort of advertisement, something or other, that a bunch of people in politics put together in Denver. And I guess there's like a gay Olympics or something. I did not know anything about this. And I still don't, because I saw this and I was like, that's enough. That's enough for me today. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But it includes the governor. It includes all kinds of politicians from Colorado. Here is what I saw.
Out west. Together, let's take the gay games to new heights.
What?
Denver is ready.
Let's show the world that Colorado is a place where we champion rights for all while creating a championship atmosphere for every athlete.
Because we've got diversity out west.
Let's make sure that every kind of athlete and every kind of person participates out west.
Feels included out west. Let's go for the gold out west.
Be loud and proud out west.
Love who you want out west.
Come out as you are out west.
Together out west.
God, that is a gay ad. That is so gay.
I don't know what that is.
I don't
know
either.
what this is, but I was very disturbed by that.
But you know, like regular gay people are like, can you stop? Can you just stop? Just,
I would hope that that's the case. Aaron Krieger.
Aaron, are
can
you around?
Vouch? Because this is just ridiculous.
Right. And Hot Luke.
And Hot Luke, yes.
Hot Luke is probably like, can we
gays.
not? Right.
They don't want to be associated with this.
They
bull
don't
crap.
want to be they do not. It's just not okay. Like what is that? And the gay games, I don't get it. What do they do in the game?
I don't
how
know.
About just
That's
have how about just have the games, and if you're gay, you're also in the games. I don't like why would we segregate between gay people and straight people? It doesn't make any sense. Why are we doing that?
I don't know.
Can we stop putting people in compartmentalized boxes? Yeah, that would just.
I did not pursue any more information about that because I was just like, this is stuff that I don't care to know.
Dixie Dog said Brokeback Rocky Mountain.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We've been talking a lot this week about gerrymandering and redistricting and all of the hullabaloo in Texas. Saw this video of a guy explaining why Democrats are kind of shooting themselves in the foot on this case and why they shouldn't get so bunched up about redistricting. Here is his explanation.
This is why Democrats are so scared of gerrymandering. Because every blue state is already gerrymandered to the maximum possible extent. None of these states have a Republican congressperson. These states have one Republican congressperson, and these states have 2 to 5. Which means the only states that they could gerrymander more to get rid of Republicans would be California and New York. Those are their only options. Whereas Republican states are not as gerrymandered, so they have tons of options and tons of places where they could do so right now. And if every Republican state starts gerrymandering, it adds up very quickly. Like Texas and Florida alone could add 10 plus seats. But when you factor in Ohio, Indiana, Missouri, and other smaller red states, Republicans could gain over 15 seats in the House.
Good.
And Donald Trump is going to pursue this strategy, which is why JD Vance is in Indiana right now. Because Indiana could gerrymander to gain 2 plus seats.
Good.
Interesting.
I mean, listen, they did it. So we're going to use their tactic. It's time for us to get some balls and use their tactics. If
they're the ones saying fight fire with fire.
Right.
Okay.
So we're doing it. So let's do it. I don't see why. I don't have a problem with this at all. I'm okay with it. Do it. Gerrymander the crap out of it.
It's so ridiculous when Kathy Hochul or like the governor of Massachusetts threaten that they're going to do the same thing. They're going to do what Texas is doing in redistrict. You can't get any more Democrat seats.
No.
You already have all of them.
Right.
So like, how are you going to gerrymander harder to be more blue? Like that's not a thing.
We're just going to do what you already have done to the max. So good luck with that.
It's just so ridiculous. Anyway, unfortunate news on our side of the aisle, because sometimes, as we've talked about many times, even the best of people who go into politics with the best of intentions, power can corrupt and they get very, very swampy. And one of those people who has been credibly accused of some really bad shenanigans is Corey Mills. So Miss United States has accused Corey Mills of sextortion and accepting bags of money. Interesting story because they had a relationship, and I don't know if he was divorced. This story from Jill Savage at The Blaze. This is not a liberal outlet by any stretch of the imagination. Jill said, Corey Mills told me in Western Northern Carolina when I met him that he was completely single, that there was, quote, absolutely no one in his life, and he was, quote, very lonely. Turns out, as she went on, Corey Mills had multiple women living with him at the same time in different states. The one we talked to didn't know about the other one until the DC girl called the cops on Mills, and he told me he had absolutely no one in his life. And then when it turned out that the story was going to break and they obviously sought comment from him, he panicked and he allegedly contacted Miss US repeatedly after he learned that she had gone to the media with her story and to the police about troubling behavior because they broke up earlier in the year. This is Lindsay Langston, who is the reigning Miss US, and she accused him of threatening to physically hurt her future partners and even to share a sexually explicit material of her with them after she broke up with him in February. And there's text messages that have come out where he's like, I've still got videos, and he does sound kind of threatening.
There's also like a history of stolen valor with him. Like he
really?
talked about, I read some stuff. I went down the rabbit hole about him. There's stuff about him in the military and stuff that he said that he did that he never freaking did. And so this guy's kind of a scumbag.
Yeah, it's certainly sounding like it, which is just such a disappointment.
It
You know what
is.
I mean? Like,
It
just,
is.
why do you guys have to be the way that you are?
But there's a lot of dumbassery here, though, too. I mean, it's like he got into a position doing things that he probably shouldn't have done. But once he got there, like he just kept doing the bad things. You know what I mean? It's like, you're just an idiot, dude. You're an idiot. But okay. All right.
It's just a huge disappointment. So
yeah, the stolen
we don't
valor
like bringing
thing,
you this news, but
we don't.
it.
We don't like it. But the stolen valor thing, that's not. I mean, the Blaze reported on that too.
Yeah,
not okay.
I don't know what it means for his seat. I don't know that he's going to drop out. This is all kind of up in the air. So we'll see. We'll follow it and see what happens. But anyway, it's just another guy consumed by power.
I know. And everybody's saying,
and
people are saying allegedly. Okay, allegedly.
Okay.
I
mean, there's a lot of evidence, and you can
Right.
look into the story yourselves. But
Right,
I mean,
you can.
you're welcome to not believe it, but I
Yeah.
don't want people to have their heads in the sand about this.
Mhm.
Moving on to an entirely different topic. This is actually something that we talked about with Scott Jennings on his radio show yesterday.
Yeah, we did that yesterday, you guys. There's a clip on our Instagram you can check out. And then also, can you listen to the whole thing? I think he has like replays of it, doesn't he?
The whole thing of it, it's on Twitter. The whole thing airs on Twitter and then YouTube. He's got it everywhere. So
we both called in.
Listen to stuff.
Yeah, we both called in from our phones. And it was
which
was
not ideal because we were supposed to link up with via internet, which would have been fine. Neither of us has particularly good cell reception, so the sound isn't great. But their online thing was borked, so we had to call in.
She was on her porch, and I was in my car, so we were sweating our
sweating so much.
Right. Right.
It's true. But do check it out because it is everywhere. And one of the things that we talked about was this headline from the AP yesterday, which I could not believe was real. I mean, I saw this and I was like, this cannot be a real headline. And yet it is. The title is Survivors of Israel's Pager Attack on Hezbollah Struggle to Recover.
You guys, the terrorists are struggling to recover. Oh my God.
Won't someone think of the terrorists?
Won't someone please? Won't they? We should start a GoFundMe. I bet Candace has. Maybe she has. I don't know. You guys, like, why aren't we thinking of the terrorists?
Crazy. This is crazy.
What is going on?
I don't know. But this is freaking batshit. Like I saw this and there's no way that this is not a Babylon Bee headline.
Right. It's bizarro world.
Yeah.
What in the world is happening?
This is happening.
So
if you were thinking that the media has learned any kind of lesson, no, they have not. They have not learned any kind of lesson at all. And in fact, it's so interesting because remember the whole Sydney Sweeney story, which I think we're finally moving past.
I don't think so.
But the reason that anybody on our side of the aisle was talking about it was in reaction to so many liberals who were determined that this was like eugenics and racist and all of the things, and that they were making such a big stink about it. Had no one said those things, I think you and I probably would have been like, oh, look at that ad, and then moved on with our lives, never thinking twice about it.
Nobody cares.
It is redonkulous that Rolling Stone and other liberal outlets are now trying to make this sound like it's not liberals who are triggered at all about the ad. It's Republicans who can't stop talking about it. And so they tweeted, Sydney Sweeney caused a digital kerfuffle with her Good Genes ad campaign with AE, but it's actually not crybaby liberals who are hopelessly obsessing over her genes, body, and politics. It's Republicans and Fox News.
All right. Yeah.
What?
The projection. The gaslighting. It's constant with these people. That's all they do is gaslight and project. This is all they do. We wouldn't have even I would have never even probably seen that ad.
Right.
I don't care. And we shop it at American Eagle. You know what I mean? My daughter and I shop there for her, obviously. And I would have just walked right past it. You know what I mean? I just don't care. But we have been talking about this for a week and a half now. It's insanity. Give me a break.
Because of the hysterical reaction by liberals. They cannot deny their hysterical reaction.
Rolling Stone, go back to putting terrorists on your cover because that's what you do best.
Exactly.
Good Lord.
Exactly. We need to take a moment to talk about oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let me get it.
You guys, nutrition is super important for your dogs, just like it's important for you. Okay. And that's why naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black created RuffGreens, which is a natural supplement that has all the enzymes and probiotics. It supports digestion and immunity and overall well-being. We give it to all of our dogs. I've seen the biggest improvement in Theo, and I think I'm going to start seeing it in Bear. Bear is kind of itchy, scratchy, and he's starting to get a little bit better because he's part German Shepherd. At least we think he is. I think he is. And they always have like all the allergy issues. But RuffGreens, I think, is totally helping him. He's getting a lot better with that. But your dog needs live nutrition. And we feed our dogs really cheap food, but then I'm sorry, there's no way I can afford to feed like 1,000 dogs that we have expensive food, but we sprinkle RuffGreens on it. And that's how they get a lot of their nutrition, the live nutrition to fuel their days. It is the #1 dog supplement in America. It's packed with live nutrients. It keeps them happy and healthy, gives them more energy, gives them shinier coats, less scratching, all the good stuff. You should totally try this if you haven't tried it. You don't have to change their food. You just sprinkle a little bit on top of their food. You can go to roughchicks.com, use promo code CHICKS for a free Jumpstart bag. It's just actually just cover shipping, and it's a $20 value. You can go to roughchicks.com, promo code CHICKS. Do it.
And you can get it for kitty cats too.
You can get it. The Meow Greens for kitty cats. For kitty cats.
All right, we need to talk about this idea that Democrats have now of supporting Zohran, right? We talked a little bit about that yesterday, and he's a thing. And I just think everybody needs to brace themselves because I think he is going to win. And
I'm
now
convinced
Ken
he
Martin,
is.
Ken Martin, who is the head of the DNC, this is the guy that fought with, or who was like basically intimidated by David Hogg, such a weenie, such a beta soy boy. And so he was on one of the news shows to basically, concede that they are looking at Zohran as a part of their big tent philosophy. Here is Ken Martin.
Okay, so she's from Massachusetts. And one of your challenges is you've got to figure out a way to win in some of these purple or red states for Democrats. How difficult does she, Mamdani, AOC, and the progressive left make that for you?
Well, I don't think they make it difficult at all. At the end of the day, the difference between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party is that we're a big tent. We have lots of people in that tent from all of the different ideological wings, from conservative Democrats to centrists to progressives to these new leftists. And the reality is I've always said that you win through addition, not subtraction. You don't win by pushing people out of your coalition. You win by bringing people into your coalition.
No.
Yeah, now Polymarket is saying he has an 81.3% chance to win the mayoral race.
Yeah, this notion of we're a big tent We are tolerant. We're compassionate. That's what he's trying to convey. We're tolerant. Right. We're compassionate. We love everybody. Love everybody. It's a bunch of bullshit. It really is. They're the most intolerant. It's a very small tent of loony, like you said, Looney Tune people. It's a small tent, and it's becoming smaller, I think, because it's the communists. That's all it is. They're commies. And people will be like, oh, they're Democratic Socialists. No, they're not. They're communists and terrorists. And these are people, they're the people who support illegals and terrorists and communists. And that to me, and criminals, right? And we are actually the tent who's like, we don't care I don't care what color you are. I don't care what sexual orientation you have. We don't care. Do you love America? Are you personally responsible? Are you fiscally responsible? That's our tent. Our tent is way bigger than they want to admit it is. And people are starting to understand that. And
I hope you're right, because I don't share that level of optimism.
You don't?
I feel like
you don't?
No, because I feel like I worry about how influential this new leftism is becoming, because they've got all the pro-Hamas psychopaths now engaging with economics or political ideas that they weren't paying attention to necessarily, and they are aligning with Democrats because that's who they see is siding with them, essentially, with the likes of Zohran.
But I look at just ethnicity. Like they always thought they cornered the market with Black people and Hispanic people. And that proved to be erroneous in the last election cycle. I mean, I live in an area that there are a lot of Hispanics and Black people. And I can tell you right now, they're not Democrats. They're not. So they're wrong about that. They are totally wrong. And people are starting to go more to the right because they know that the people on the left are going freaking nuts. They're crazy. They believe that men are women. And it's, you know what I mean? I mean, stuff that just doesn't even make sense. The people on the right have common sense. More people believe in common sense. Now, do I think that this guy will win? Yeah, I think he'll win. But New York City, I don't think is indicative of the whole country. I hope not. Do I think it can spread? Yes. Do I think we need to be cognizant of it, and we need to make sure that people are aware that this is happening? Absolutely. And we need to make sure that everybody talks about it and that we're, spreading the word that this stuff is happening. But I don't think New York City is the rest of America. I just don't. I hope not.
Oh man, I hope not too, because he is so terrifyingly scary. And the fact that there are so many people who are supporting this Democrat socialistic nonsense is it's one of those, it's another example of history repeating itself.
Totally.
And the guys from the All In podcast were talking about this, and this guy, I don't know his name, but he explained it from a historical perspective so well about why it's not going to work. And so this is one of those kinds of videos that when you see people on social media extolling the praise, shouting the praises of socialism, this is the video that you need to shoot right back to them. Here is some common sense.
Kamala Harris is going to look like a conservative candidate pretty soon. A lot of people don't quite recognize and see how important the debt and the deficit is with respect to how it's ultimately going to lead to socialism, as it has every single time in history when you've had a free voting democracy. People call it left, but it's actually quite different than just being more traditionally left. It's really a revolution against the system that brought them to this moment. Because the promise that we gave in America, the American dream, was if you will go to college, you will graduate, you will have income, you will have stability, you will be able to buy a home. And what we did is we increased the government's role in making that dream possible. And in doing so, we created effectively a system where we gave unrestricted access to capital, which inflated the cost of education. People could go to school like Zohran and major in African studies and graduate with $200,000, $300,000 of debt and then never get a job. The guy has not had a real job. And this is the truth for 32 million young Americans. They find themselves living in places where they cannot afford to pay their bills every month, and they will never get out of the debt cycle that they were thrust into and believe that they were going to be able to graduate from and excel in the world and increase. They all have what is called negative capital. They have debt, and they will never be able to get out of that cycle. So where do you turn in that moment? You don't go turn to corporations to solve your problems. You don't go turn to your friends and your siblings and your family, they're not going to bail you out. You turn to the voting booth and you hear a guy like Zohran show up and say there can be a better path forward. The better path forward is the government can and should do more to help. And in doing more to help, we will increase government. We will tax the rich. We will tax the corporations. We will take all of that capital and we will redistribute it in the form of services and checks and support for all of the people that find themselves unable to take care of themselves. And this becomes a tipping point when the majority of the voter base ends up in that situation where they're that deeply in need, where they have negative capital. And that is the situation America finds itself in today. There is no easy answer and there is no easy solution out of this. But I can tell you one thing for sure, that in historical perspective, we have seen it time and time again across dozens of countries that have embraced socialism to get out of the debt cycle that ultimately absorbs and swallows up the young. It swallows up every family. It swallows up every person in the working class with debt. They're swaddled with it, and they all try and get out of it by increasing government and embracing these socialist concepts, and it has never, ever worked. More government is not the answer. Less government is. Zohran won 61-39 with college educated. Young people voted for him. Old people did not as much. White people voted for him because they went to college. Non-white people did not as much. At the end of the day, young, college-educated white people elected this guy. And that is the beginning of a wave that will sweep over America. And I really do worry about where this takes.
Well, I mean, we should be worried about where it takes us.
We should be worried.
But my hope is that if he takes over in New York City, that New York City will become a cesspool of suck. And then that'll be the baseline. People will see. I mean, it's kind of like California, right? California, sorry, but it's a cesspool of suck. My kids just escaped it. They can't buy a house there. They can't raise a family there. They just bought a house this week here in Texas. And they're like, holy crap, we can get a really beautiful home here. Like what we pay for a home here would cost like $2 million in California. It's totally different in California. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't, but it is because Democrats have freaking ruined that state. They have ruined it. It is a beautiful state. People are escaping. Normal people are escaping, right? So, I mean, my hope if he wins is that, sorry, but FAFO, it's one of those things where it'll implode and then people will see this shit doesn't work.
I hope so.
It doesn't work.
I mean, that's the best case scenario is
hopefully
that
it'll be contained. Like it'll be contained.
That he gets in, it's contained. There's no bailout that ends up being on everyone's backs in America. And that people can see very quickly, especially with this stupid government-controlled grocery store idea. Those are always a big fat fail. Right. We need to see the results happen fast locally, in order for it to be a wake-up call locally, right? The corporations, the rich people, they need to flee, and it needs to happen quickly because otherwise, if this gets dragged out and people like these young college-educated white idiots continue to believe, oh my God, so free things are great, then we're effed,
Right. I mean, my hope is that it is contained. And so people can see it from afar, I can see it from my little small town in Texas and go, that shit is crazy. Yeah. Don't do that. Let's not replicate that. Okay.
Right. Well, you'd think people could see it happening in other countries and recognize we shouldn't be replicating it.
You'd think.
It has never worked.
It has never worked. Right. But the problem is that our educational system is not teaching kids that because they're not teaching kids real history. So there's that. I mean, we're not even teaching kids civics for crying out loud. Or worse,
we're teaching kids to hate the very capitalist society, the foundation of how people make money, why it's good for everybody, how it's brought more people out of poverty than any other system. They're teaching people to hate that system and to hate America.
Yeah, to hate capitalism, to hate a capitalist America. Which, what are they going to do? Of course, they're going to turn to somebody like Zohran.
My God.
It's insanity.
You guys, we've talked about this once before, I think, but Webroot, if you are not protecting your information and your computer system from viruses and horrible things, we have found what the pros use.
Yes. It's like car insurance. You should not be driving online without it. It's they have plans available for individuals. They have one identity up to 5 devices and families up to 10 identities and 10 devices. Like think about your elderly parents. They are perfect prey for online predators. And this is perfect for them and perfect for your family. We have a testimonial from Jamie who sent us this. She said, "Hello, chicks. I'm listening to your show right now. And you just mentioned Webroot for your computer security. We own a small IT company, actually shutting it down at the end of the month so we can retire. And we use Webroot. It's the best. Just wanted to say that as a testimonial. Everything y'all said was spot on. Thanks." Jamie, I'm the one who sent y'all the crazy crocheted hot pads. LOL. Thank you,
I
Jamie.
love those.
Yeah, I do too. So, I mean, the pros use this. It's fantastic. You can protect all the devices. It has antivirus, firewall, network monitoring, web threat shield, a system cleaner to remove online activity traces. It's what the big guys use. It's fantastic. And it has everything on it. So you guys should totally check it out. You can get 50% off Webroot Total Protection or their essentials by going to webroot.com/chicks. Remember, it's only available at Webroot. Why do I have a problem saying that? Webroot.com/chicks. That's where you go, and it's 50% off. 50, which is really great.
We have great sponsors, you guys.
We have great sponsors with great deals. So definitely check that out.
Indeed. All right. We need to talk about the reason for my name today, which is Mahmoud Khalil did an interview with Ezra Klein. And I can't believe that this interview on its own isn't enough for Marco Rubio to just eject this asshole from our country. But he remains, at least for now. And he's basically talking about his thoughts about October 7th and why he felt that it was necessary. Here's a little bit of what he said.
Frightening that we had to reach this moment in the Palestinian struggle. And it was heavy. Like I still remember, like I was like, this couldn't happen. And
what do you mean we had to reach this moment? What moment is this?
The situation is not sustainable. You have an Israeli government that's absolutely ignoring Palestinians. They are trying to make that deal with Saudi and just happy about their Abraham Accord without looking at Palestinians as if Palestinians are not part of the equation. So that's what I mean by, like, unfortunately, we couldn't avoid such a moment.
The whole thing was absolutely outrageous. Seth Mandel tweeting, "What surprised me most about this interview with Ezra Klein was the complete absence of anything resembling empathy in Khalil's worldview. It is dehumanizing to Jews, too easily given to justify bloodshed, and entirely uninterested in considering Jewish perspective."
Are you surprised by that?
No, I could not be less surprised.
I'm not surprised.
Not
at all. I'm not at all surprised. People are going to get mad at me for asking this question, but I'd like to ask the people who, come onto our Instagram page and they're like, Israel's terrible, Jews are awful, and they are the Catholic sect, because there's like this weird. Listen, I have nothing against Catholics. I have Catholics in my family, but there is a sect of Catholics that are saying Christ is king. I know Christ is king, but they say that and then they hide behind that to be anti-Semitic. Mm-hmm. And then they'll say all this stuff on our page and they're screaming and they support Candace and all this garbage. What would they say about this guy? Like, do they support this guy? Did they support this and the rise of Islamism? I'm just curious. I want to know. I tread lightly talking about this, because I know people will get really mad because they're like, you're beating up on Catholics. It's not about Catholicism. It's not. It's just that there's this strange sect that is doing this. It's saying this. I just want to know what they think about this guy. What do they think about this and the rise of Islam in this country? What do they think about that?
Well, and how can they deny because this guy grew up in Syria. Okay. So There was a moment in this interview also where he was talking about how any Jew that he'd ever come across wanted to kill him. So he said, quote, "Having lived in the Middle East most of my life, unfortunately, the only Jew you hear about is the one who's trying to kill you." And so Melissa Weiss pointed out, he was born in Damascus, grew up in Syria, Lebanon, and Algeria, all countries with non-existent Jewish populations. So what Jew who's trying to kill you is he even talking about?
Exactly.
And she wishes that Ezra Klein had dug into that, because it speaks to how those countries indoctrinate all of their young people to hate Jews without cause.
And I feel like there's an indoctrination happening right now, obviously, in our country.
Oh, totally.
With Christians, with people who are Jesus people. They believe in God. They believe in Jesus. They're starting to be indoctrinated to hate Jews. I don't get it. I don't understand where is it coming from? I don't get it. I mean, I really am asking
influencers who are influential.
It's a genuine question. It's a genuine question, and it hurts my heart. I don't get it. I don't understand it, because I see it all the time. And the Zion, is it calling me a Zionist? Okay.
Yeah, proudly. Proudly so. Yes, I do believe that Jewish people should have a nation state. That's what Zionism is. I don't know why that's become like such this way of insulting you. I have no problem being called a Zionist. None whatsoever.
This is the thing. It's like they think it's an insult. No. It's craziness. And then the people who are saying that the Holocaust didn't happen, oh my God, I'm crazy for thinking that it even happened. These are people who go to church on Sunday. I can't reconcile. It's very strange to me, the movement that's happening on our side of the aisle.
Right.
It's concerning. It really, Bob, it hurts my heart. It's concerning. It needs to be talked about. I don't like it.
Mahmoud also, in that same interview, basically tried to diminish the significance of all of the protests that he was a part of at Columbia, and saying that, our side of the aisle is essentially manufacturing hysteria over nothing, because we have a problem with phrases like "from the river to the sea" or "globalize the intifada." And so there was a tweet about that part of the interview as well, from Alicia Baker, who said, Mahmoud Khalil says anti-Semitism at Columbia is a manufactured hysteria, and the second intifada was overwhelmingly peaceful. Ezra Klein falsely accuses Israel of creating a mass starvation, says Jews today are given preferential treatment. It was a sham interview, of course, by the New York Times. And, the Wall Street Journal talked about one of the things that Khalil referenced in that interview, and you heard him say it, which was, Israel is making this deal for the Abraham Accords with Saudi Arabia, and we were just excluded from that deal. Maybe the reason that he won't disavow Hamas is because he actually agrees with them. The Wall Street Journal reported Hamas wanted to torpedo Israel-Saudi deal with the October 7th attacks. That was part of their mission. So it's sounding less like he's just a Palestinian and more like he's a member of Hamas. And yet he's still here, able to say all this stuff in America.
Yeah.
I can't.
How is that okay?
It's not okay.
How is any of this okay? I just don't understand the people who are siding with terrorists. I don't get it.
I know. And one of those people, of course, we've spent some time talking about yesterday. She picked a fight with Megyn Kelly. Candace Owens, we talked about this yesterday, posted this this criticism, or she took some glee actually in some of the comments on Megyn Kelly's show that were being critical of her for not bothering to listen to the whole Becoming Brigitte Candace series. And so Candace was like neener at Megyn Kelly, and we were so hopeful yesterday that Megyn would respond. And she did. And what she said was, actually, the segment was very fair to Candace, with straight legal analysis of Macron's claims. If anything, I was skeptical about them, arguing that Candace Owens really seems to believe her statements, which may save her legally. But some people spend their days looking for new enemies.
Which is a fantastic response.
Perfect.
It was an absolutely perfect response.
It was perfect.
Because it shows Megyn is a grown-up.
Yeah, she's a total grown-up.
She's the
total
grown-up.
adult in the room.
Absolutely the adult in the room.
And it worked, because ultimately Candace removed the tweet and said, I'm deleting an earlier tweet about Megyn Kelly. It's not fair for me to snipe at her because I'm frustrated with the mainstream media when it comes to covering the Macrons. Also not fair to expect someone to watch 5 hours of a series to prepare for a legal segment of their show. And Megyn responded, "No worries, we're good." Which, because I'm not the adult in the room, I
wouldn't have done
hated
that.
that response.
Yeah,
I wanted her to be like, "You are a psychotic lunatic. Stop talking about me. Keep my name out of your mouth."
I just wouldn't have said anything. I just wouldn't have responded at all. But listen, Megyn does Megyn, and
Megyn does Megyn, and she does it well.
I appreciate Megyn she does it very, very well. But when it comes to being antagonistic, this isn't the first time that Candace has done that with Megyn. Back in October 2023, they engaged in a very fiery exchange over Israel. They did this. Remember what the whole like college student thing on campus, they were involved in the anti-Israel protests. It was when Vivek was involved. Like he was talking about the Harvard kids and protesting on campus, and they were going back and forth about that. And so they kind of had a little bit of a spat back in 2023 online about the Harvard kids protesting. So they've had a spat before, and I don't know how that ended exactly. I don't think it was like super terrible where they just were like, I hate you and I hate you. They just spat it. They had a little spat and that was it. And now here we are. But I honestly think that that Megyn is probably, this is my personal opinion, I think Megyn is probably good friends with Tucker, and that there is a universe, like a circle of those people, and she probably is just like, I'm gonna play nice. You know what I mean? Like they all run around in the same circles. Don't you think?
I don't know. I have no idea why. I mean, I think Megyn is just a grown up. You know? Yeah. Unfortunately, right. Like I want her to be more scrappy about this because I feel so scrappy about it, but I'm impressed, honestly.
I don't think Megyn is as combative and antagonistic. Like if somebody says something to her, then she will, if she feels like she needs to scrap, she'll scrap. But
totally. Like with Jon Favreau right now, she is going after him like crazy, and it's a delight to
Jon
watch.
Favreau, the actor?
No. The guy that used to be in the Obama administration.
Oh, that guy.
The one is on the.
Man, it'd be so great if it was. I'm like, if it was the actor
podcast, the one that's like super, it's a huge podcast. I don't remember the name of it right now. Why?
But did she go after him?
God Save America.
But did she go after him? Did he come after her first? She went after him
first?
Well,
yeah. I mean, she didn't know which one of the podcasters he was, which was what made it so funny, because she was like, which one are you?
Yeah.
So they ended up going back and forth, but you know, she can scrap with the best of them. And I just had hoped that she would scrap a little harder with Candace, but
I think this was great though, because it just shows not everybody wants to fight with you, Candace. You know,
right?
Not everybody wants to do that. I think that she is very much of a shit starter. That's her shtick. God. That is her shtick. That's what she does. She is Miss, I'm going to pick fights with people and I'm going to make money doing it. And that's her job at this point.
And do you guys remember like when she was so good, like when she was so normal? There was an old tweet that I saw. I couldn't believe this. This is from 2018, where she was making fun, as we have many times, of that AOC interview where she is like, I'm not a geopolitical expert.
Mm-hmm.
And so Candace tweeted, ha ha ha, OMG, AOC thinks Palestine is a country that's being occupied. I cannot stop laughing. Turns out it's not just economics she doesn't comprehend.
What year was
this?
Like this was 2018. Wow.
And I mean, just like fast forward to today, and it's so
different.
Oh my God.
Incredibly different. Right. I'm not surprised by that though. I'm not.
Yeah, she's also changed her tune completely about Milo Yiannopoulos, who back in 2022, she said, Milo is a vindictive psychopath, utterly void of conscience and lies without qualm. And then earlier this week, she was like, today on the show, Milo will be joining me to discuss live. So they've obviously mended whatever fences were in disrepair between the two of them. But again, he's also very anti-Israel. So now they have this alliance and they have something to talk about that they agree on, right?
Right.
So it just makes sense. Speaking of crazy people with whom we are not particularly fond, Laura Loomer. I saw this video of her yesterday talking about how she is treated worse than Ted Bundy on Wikipedia. And it was so odd that it had to be shared. You guys watch this.
I probably couldn't even get a job at McDonald's 10 years ago because of the way that the media viciously smeared me, trying to make it out to seem like I was some KKK member or, you know, I was some Klansman. Ted Bundy and I literally have the same birthday.
What?
We do.
What?
I saw that online. Ted Bundy and I literally have the same birthday.
What? I don't understand. What does that mean?
Do you know that Ted Bundy has a nicer Wikipedia page than me?
I don't.
You can look it up. You can look it up right now.
I don't. Is this a show? Is this part of her show? Does she?
Yes, that
she have
was
a show.
part of her show.
Don't F with your face, Ma.
I could have featured her in today's
We didn't do
segment
it, though.
of Don't F with Your
We
Face.
didn't do it.
but
Seriously though,
alas.
like what was that? Like look
Not
it up,
sure.
you guys. Look up Ted Bundy's Wikipedia page. What? I don't even I can't even comment on that because I don't even know what happened there. I don't even understand what you just showed us.
Like, I don't understand what the point is of her saying that they have the same birthday.
Or does that mean you have the same traits and characteristics, like the same zodiac sign? What is it? I don't get it.
That was just
That was
freaking
so
crazy
odd.
is what that was.
But thanks for sharing that with us. That was completely odd. It's going to haunt me all day. Thanks.
There's somebody in our audience who thinks that we have something against brunettes.
What?
Because we ripped on Laura Loomer, Nancy Mace. We've never ripped on Tulsi Gabbard. Christy Nome all the time.
I love Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, I can't remember ever ripping on Tulsi Gabbard. And we love Bondi and Caroline Levitt. We actually have a huge problem with Pam Bondi and have said so numerous times.
Very blonde.
Oh my God.
Very, very blonde. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right.
No,
We
we
need to
don't
move
have
on to some funner things because it has been a heavy show and we need to talk about green dildos because there is a thing that is happening at WNBA games that is hilarious. And so for some reason, at some point, a couple weeks ago, someone threw a green dildo onto the basketball court during a WNBA game. It obviously caught a lot of attention. And Clay Travis, who my husband had initially told me was staying out of this story altogether, he is now embracing it like all the way, like to a
Why
whole
would he
new
stay
degree.
out of it? Why would he stay out of the green dildo story? This is like
Right?
the story to get in. You jump right in. Why?
Right. And so now it's happened a couple of times. He posted this some time ago saying a third green dildo, I think this was earlier in the week, has been thrown at a WNBA game, this time in LA. Atlanta, Chicago, and LA now. It appears the dildo may have lightly grazed Sophie Cunningham, who tweeted not to hit players with the dildos. This is an all-time story. This league, he said.
Yeah.
And then when it turned out that it was uncovered who the Atlanta, I think it was the Atlanta person was arrested. And so Clay is like all in now, wanting to create a defense
If you go
fund.
buy on Amazon or barnesandnoble.com or anywhere
Showing it.
else a pre-ordered copy of my new book, Balls, I will donate $10 to the eventual legal defense fund for every book that is purchased between now and this week to a man named Delbert Carver.
Of course, that's his name.
Who has been arrested
of course.
in the state of Georgia,
Delbert.
according to ESPN.com, for allegedly throwing a green dildo. I am telling you this right now, Delbert. I am willing to put together the greatest legal defense team since the O.J. Simpson trial.
Oh my God.
To
I
get
can't.
you off.
I just.
Okay, so now Polymarket Sports started doing dildo dailies.
Oh
and
my
you can
God.
now bet which days dildos will actually hit the WNBA court.
Of course.
Now, at first they were saying you can bet on like the color of the dildo, but it's only green. Like this is a green dildo phenomenon.
Right.
And then hilariously, yesterday, it got to a point where the WNBA betting volume on dildos actually surpassed bets on who would win the games.
Oh my God, Delbert. You're a national hero. I can't.
Well, it turns out he may not even be the original. So this story gets even deeper.
There are copycats. Okay.
Because yesterday there were like 4 different games, I guess, that were played across the country. There was a no bag rule that the WNBA put out. They said there's a no bag policy being implemented because they were attempting to crack down on dildo throwers. But honestly, you're eliminating a whole bunch of your audience because I have to have a bag. Even if it's clear, I'm fine with clear.
I was going to say, clear bags are like the norm here in Texas. You have to take a clear bag everywhere.
Bags? Like I'm not going.
Insane.
I'm sorry.
Of course I'm not going to go if there's no bag, but if a clear bag, I'll take a clear bag. And obviously you can see a giant green dildo in a clear bag. Hello.
However, there are other ways to carry green dildos.
If
you know what I'm saying.
We do. We catch your drift, Mock. You know what I'm saying, ladies? Yeah.
So then the Babylon Bee got involved, obviously, as they do with all the top stories. And they said, WNBA warns if you throw anything on the court, you're going to be forced to attend 10 more WNBA games.
This is the thing. Like, some people are like, oh my God, children are going to see the dildos. I'm like, children are seeing the WNBA game.
Which
That's
is
bad
worse,
enough.
honestly.
What is worse? Is it the dildo or is it the WM? What's worse?
Well, it didn't help because last night in Phoenix, apparently, or maybe this was the night before, there was an arrest of 18-year-old Caden Lopez. He did throw a green dildo towards seats in front of him, and it ended up hitting a guy with his niece. And so he's sitting in a seat. He gets the green dildo from his sweater front pocket and then throws it forward, stands up and leaves. There was a witness who saw it, and they followed him, tackled him as he tried to leave and waited for police. And then he said he was super sorry, that it was just a stupid prank that was trending on social media. And so here is what he looked like. This is the perpetrator from the Phoenix game.
Oh my God. That also tracks. It tracks.
Right?
Yeah.
And so then Clay decides he gets contacted by like this community of green dildo throwers. And he's wanting to do like a major 60 Minutes style interview with the leaders of the Green Dildo Brigade.
Right. Okay.
And so here is Clay talking about getting reached out to by these folks.
A third green dildo has arrived on a WNBA floor. I have been reached out to by, this is breaking news, the green dildo throwing community.
Okay.
Now, I know this is inevitably going to somehow end up in me being arrested, but I am going to be trying to do an interview with these guys. And so I expect for another dildo to make it out tonight. And if they have provided proof of dildo and they are honest with me, then I expect that we will be engaging potentially in the biggest sit-down interview since Frost Nixon.
Right. Listen, I feel like Netflix is going to get involved. They're going to create like an animated superhero dildo series, like a trilogy, if you will. Stephen Colbert is available. He could play the green dildo. I feel like this is going to be a thing. You know they will. They're going to jump on this.
Well, he actually ended up having a Zoom call with one of the leaders of this group. And this, if you can see this picture, if you're listening and not watching, tune in at the 1 hour, 12-minute mark to see this picture. But this is their, this was the Zoom ID. And so he went into some detail about what he learned about the rationale behind this whole green dildo throwing adventure. So he said, Delbert Carver, who was arrested in Atlanta, was not the original thrower. Everyone is baffled that he confessed to a crime that he did not commit. The original thrower in Atlanta is still at large. Quote, we think either he was clout chasing or the police tricked him. We don't really understand what happened there. He went on to say that the WNBA was the initial green dildo target because they believed the WNBA was, quote, being forced down our throats, and they believed it was the funniest place to throw a green dildo. He said last night there were 4 different WNBA games with green dildo throwers in attendance. New York City came up short. LA hit the court. Phoenix arrested. And Seattle, not sure what happened there. Clay said there's no intent to injure or harm anyone. The goal is just to make people laugh. They love crypto. They want to create a community that entertains people with absurdity. They're currently around 600 members and more green dildo sports antics to come. Stay tuned.
Oh my God. It's just insane.
This might actually help the WNBA because people will be like,
I need to watch.
Thrown.
I need to watch to see if there's going to be a green dildo. That's right.
Right?
That's true.
All right, we need to move on to another cultural story. This is taking conservative Twitter by storm. And I actually don't know a lot of the key players in this, but you may have heard of them. These are very popular influencers. And so it all started when Sarah Stock, who is some influencer that I'm unfamiliar with, tweeted out a photo of her new engagement ring with the caption saying, "I won." This caused Emily Saves America, also a very popular influencer, to mock the size of the ring. And she just said the ring size, like, you know, with the skeleton face. And so that was bitchy.
Because it's small? Because she thinks it's small? Is that what's going on
I guess she thinks it's too small. Yeah.
What is what?
Oh, it gets so much worse. Oh my God, it gets so much worse. So then Sarah responded to Emily and said simply, "Where's your ring, Emily?"
Is she not married? I don't know anything about these
she is
two
not.
chicks. Okay.
She is not. And then Emily went on like a tear, basically saying that if you're a conservative guy and you can't pony up a big ring, then you're essentially useless.
Oh my God.
And so she posted on Instagram the following diatribe. "It's going to be hard to be a trad wife when your man can't even afford a ring. How do you guys expect to have a house, land, multiple kids? Be for real. I hope you all enjoy working. Sorry, I'm MIA. I'm in the Hamptons." And then she said, "Conservative men need to stop being broke and gaslighting women like we don't deserve diamonds and rings. So you want me to give up my job, my career, my financial independence, push multiple babies out of my body, cook clean, be loyal, and loving feminine wife forever, and y'all can't even afford a nice ring for us? GTFO, just admit y'all literally don't like women."
God, I hate chicks like this.
Oh my God.
I just cannot stand chicks like this. I can't.
It's so bad.
I hate that. I just hate that whole sentiment. Yeah. So you're all about the ring. Okay. You're all about the stuff. Good luck with that in life if you're all about the stuff.
Yikes. So then it got even uglier with more right-wing influencer women getting in on the fight. And so there was one named Morgan Ariel who said to Emily, "You give it up for free, ho. Might want to sit this one out." To which Emily responded, "Morgan, your baby daddy abandoned you. You're raising a bastard child, but yet somehow, some way you think you're better than me or anyone on this app. You gave it up for free, got left in the dust, and now post rage bait on X to supplement the inadequacy of your monthly child support payments." And Morgan responded, saying, "None of that is true, Emily, but unlike you, I don't lie. So here are some facts. You got fingered in the middle of a hotel lobby at a TPUSA event while everybody watched and there were families around."
What
God
is even happening?
I know. It got so freaking ugly. And then Pearl Davis got involved saying, "Morgan, you're a single mother with a public video admitting you have HPV. You may want to sit this one out too."
Oh my God.
Morgan said, "You suck black dick and probably have AIDS." So this is the level of discourse that we're seeing amongst highly influential conservative women.
Good.
It's getting so gross, you guys.
These are, because I don't know who Morgan Ariel is. I know who Pearl Davis is.
I know Pearl.
I don't
Morgan
know
is also, all of these women are conservative.
Are conservative influencers.
Yep.
My God, you guys, what is even happening?
I know. And then Pearl actually made a point. I don't know how valid it is because there could be a lot of reasons for this, but she also kind of ripped on Sarah Stock, who originally posted the ring, saying pictured wedding ring, not pictured the man. Which could be a point, but like Sarah may have valid reasons for not wanting to show the face of her fiance. I don't know what they are.
Right. Maybe all of them just need to stop.
Right?
You know,
because now it's like now everyone is talking about this. Cue Matt Walsh, who said, "I'll never understand this thing about ring size. Unless you're rich, you shouldn't be spending tens of thousands of dollars on a ring anyway. Putting yourself into 5-figure debt just to buy a piece of jewelry is not a flex. It makes you a moron."
I totally agree with Matt. I mean, you know how I feel about diamonds.
I know.
They're basically rocks. I just don't, I totally agree with him 100%. I do.
I mean, he's not wrong. Abby Libby also weighing in saying, allow me to present for the engagement ring discourse, my ring, top, and my grandmother's ring. Normalize evaluating an engagement by the character of the man who bought the ring rather than the size and price of a silly little stone, which I thought was very well said.
A to the men. Yeah.
And Erica Donald's, Byron Donald's wife, also said, this is my original engagement ring from 2003. Byron bought it on eBay. No social media back then to judge it or us, and I was overjoyed. And I've gotten upgrades at 10 and 20 years.
Yes.
Do not despise these small beginnings.
I love that verse. I love it. That's exactly what my husband and I have done. I had a kind of I had like a band when we first got married, and I've changed my ring a couple times. Because you know what? I don't like, you know how I am. I like change. I change my hair. I've just changed a lot of stuff. So I've changed my ring a couple times. I just like to do that. So why are women so hung up on this? I
didn't realize it had gotten that gross. If you're not doing a 2-carat ring, you're essentially worthless. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Men, you're not worthless. And if there are young men out there listening, find a woman who doesn't think this way.
Yeah, get you a woman that thinks more like Sarah Stock.
Right.
Damn.
I just feel...
You're muted. Why did you do that? Demute. Unmute. There you go. Are you back?
Yes.
You touched something.
I really didn't. I think I just moved weird or something.
You can't move weird.
Can't
do it.
I kind of thinking it's just so ridiculous. It's not. Yeah. At the end of the day, you don't take any of this stuff with you.
Exactly.
Except for, I know this sounds hokey and corny, but the only thing you take with you is the love of your family. So can we just concentrate on that once in a while? Good.
And it's so funny too. I guess, it does sound like Pearl, like that Morgan chick, whoever that is, Emily, they are unmarried and probably will stay that way if this is their attitude. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because damn.
Jeez.
Anyway, moving on to some fun things. We're actually going to keep it kind of cultural when we do some MyPillow Toks, because this first one is very, very interesting to me. Do you remember when Zohran was caught eating curry and rice with his
fingers?
Hands? And everybody was like, oh my God.
We're in America. Get a fork.
Right. But then there were people who said, well, Americans eat hamburgers and French fries with their hands. How is this different? And I contend it's different because just watch this video. So she's saying it's not the hands that bother you. It's the culture behind them. I'm sorry. There is a difference.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a total difference. And when you have to with a hamburger, you don't have to wipe things off. There's not stuff. That's just gross. It's gross.
And you're not getting out all the goop of a hamburger and licking it out of it. I just find that so nasty.
That's fine. If you want to say that the culture bothers me, yeah, it bothers me. The American culture is we eat hamburgers with our hands. We don't eat freaking rice with our hands. We don't. We use it. We use an actual utensil. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. If it's a cultural thing and you have I don't even use chopsticks when I go into a Chinese restaurant.
I don't either.
My kids they think it's really neat. Even my husband, he's like, I'll use the chopsticks. I'm like, I don't, because I'm an American. And if you think that if you're offended by that, that's too bad.
We're in America.
I'm in America. That's right.
Okay, next up we have a really cool story that Kid Rock was on with Bill Maher. I don't know how long ago this was, but anyway, he was on and he was talking about the guy that actually shot bin Laden. Kid Rock and him are friends. And so Bill Maher didn't know that and didn't know this story. I didn't know the story either, thought it was really cool and wanted to share.
The guy who shot bin Laden.
The guy who shot bin Laden?
Yeah, Rob.
You know who that is?
He's a very good friend of mine.
So he
gave me the sledgehammer that went through bin Laden's fucking bedroom.
Really?
I gave him the lyrics for Born Free.
You have the sledgehammer that they broke into bin Laden's bedroom with?
Yes. I'm like, you gave me we played the bigger dick game. We'll walk through my house after having a few drinks. I'm like, if I write a poignant song, even the start of it or whatever, I'll frame those lyrics. I've done this since since Cowboy, I did it. And we're walking through my house years ago, and when I had my house in Michigan, and I'm like, you know what, dude, you should have these. Gave them to him. He's like, I'm giving you something. I'm giving you a sledgehammer. I went to Bin Laden's house with. I'm like, you're going to give me a piece of American history for that shitty song? I'm like, you want to play the bigger dick game? Come with me. We went out to my car barn, and I collect cars, Detroit. I walked out, and I'm like, pick out any fucking car you want.
God, can you believe that story?
Yeah, that's a pretty cool story.
I love that story, man. That is a good story. Also, the men's baseball, the league does a really, really cool thing. I did not know about this, but they have an Elaine dance contest. And so all these kids, women, men dressed as Elaine come out to do their best Elaine from Seinfeld dance.
God.
And I just thought this was so fun and that absolutely the right person won. You'll see at the end. So the Brooklyn Cyclones Elaine dance.
I love it. Oh my God, I love it. That wonderful laugh. She's awesome. That's so great. How do you pick a winner? I mean, they're all so good. That's so great.
That's a dude.
That is a dude. That's got to be a dude.
Hi, I'm Olivia, and I just won the Elaine Dance Contest. This is so crazy.
She looks a lot like her.
I honestly feel like I was raised by Seinfeld. I have been doing the Elaine Dance as like a fun party trick my entire adult life. So I feel like in many ways, my whole life led me to this moment.
She's adorable. She's really cute. She looks like her.
She had the dance down.
Yes,
I mean,
she
I
did.
thought she was absolutely the right choice. Just love that. Okay, so we may get criticism for being racist, but this
Really?
is a joke. It is a joke.
Oh, great.
Okay?
I'm unaware of it, so don't hold me responsible.
Well,
It's
and I'm not the
mock.
creator of the joke either. I just saw this
Okay.
on TikTok
All right.
or wherever I saw it, Twitter, wherever. And I just thought it was hilarious. And so this is a racist Asian joke. Here we go.
Why do people say all Asians look the same?
I don't know, but I'm your neighbor.
That actually is pretty funny.
I mean, right? It's
Yeah.
harmless. Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
Don't get mad.
Don't get mad. Also, tell me that this would not be the best date. Like if you say that you were in the dating world and you were having a first date with someone, I don't know that this is this people's first date, but it's a date, an early on date. This would be like hands down, yes, we're getting married. Like you can't outdo this for a first date. This guy takes this woman to a golden retriever farm.
Oh
you
my
guys.
God.
Are you kidding me?
We're here in Vermont, and we're at a Wines and Wags event, and we're about to go see a bunch of golden retrievers. Are you ready?
I'm excited.
This is gonna be so cool. We're gonna drink wine.
Is
play
she?
with a bunch of
Oh, they're
Goldens.
drinking wine. My
I'm gonna mute it because it's
God.
music. But like, are you serious? And there's puppies, and there's just like, oh my God.
There's a golden
Look at
retriever
them.
farm. Yeah,
I almost want to go to Vermont for this.
I would be a little bit irritated if he was streaming it. Yeah, QR code. I would be a little bit irritated if he was filming it.
Oh my God.
Like, that's a little weird. Who's
Maybe he
trying-
just took a lot of videos and then made them together afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just wish people wouldn't do that. I wish people would just be in the moment, and like he should be into her and not streaming or videotaping it for the gram. You know what I mean?
I'm sure that I'm sure he asked her because she wouldn't allow it otherwise.
I know you're like, don't diss this, Jay-Z, because you're ruining it for me. I get it.
Yeah, because also I don't know who he is. Like maybe he's a travel influencer of some kind and he wanted to show there's this place everybody needs to go. I mean, I am down. I didn't know about this place.
I totally am down too. I totally am down. God. It's a great place. Yes.
So cute. And then lastly, we have a couple of dogs who are left with their owner's food. Okay, so she is eating, she gets up, leaves her plate, it's full of food, and these two dogs, these poor, precious creatures, have to sit there knowing they can't have the food. And the faces they make, you guys. So she's eating, she's even left a bite, and they're like, wait.
There's no way my dogs would allow that.
Look at how they make the faces at her.
My dogs would, oh my God, that's hysterical, Mock.
I know.
They're like, we want to eat it.
Someone captioned this, and it's my favorite. It says, Democrats, when they see a state they haven't gerrymandered yet.
Oh my God, I love it.
Those poor, sweet, precious angels.
Having all the willpower. My dogs would never do that. They'd never have the willpower.
Oh my God,
that pasta would be gone. It would be gone in 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Oh my God. This is just the most sweetest thing. All right. It is time for some thank yous. And we have, first of all, Amanda Hall. Whoops. Let me make sure I've got this lined up. Who says, I want to encourage anyone in California to hound their state rep against AB 495, which basically legalizes kidnapping in the state. My rep didn't even show up to vote. It made it to the state Senate. We cannot let it go further. So if you're in California, look this up and take action, because that is kind of terrifying.
Insane.
From our ball pit crew, 7 Legion Studios says, every time I see one of the photos of starved, in quotes, children, I ask, why is mama fat? Why is she rotund?
That is a great question.
A great point, because that's what you see. Also on Venmo, Suzette Paramore said, I watched the radio show with Scott Jennings yesterday on X. Well done, chicks. I'm looking forward to the day when the 3 of you have your own show on Fox News. I don't think it will happen,
but that would be super fun. That would be fun.
Shelley Bolton says, like Daisy, I'm a change junkie. My original ring was an antique from a thrift store, and I loved it because of the man who presented it. Love you, chicks.
Me too.
That's exactly right.
It's all about the sentiment. Arnerm 1331, Kathy Griffin could have saved all that money just by pulling her hair back really tight under that carrot top wig. Also, Pam Bondi. Here's my one. Laura Kate Baker, 4925. Y'all are beautiful. Don't F with your face. Thank you, Laura Kate. Sherry Stewart, happy anniversary to my husband. 43 years.
That's amazing.
That is fantastic. Happy anniversary. Big Nate MCBC. Just wanted to confirm that I am Nathan from Boston. Also, do the people in the gay games not realize San Francisco is in the West? Very true.
Do have options.
Grace Dorsey just bought a HoneyLove bra, and it's my new favorite. Perhaps TMI, but it actually covers side and back bazooms too. It's true. Like it creates all the smoothness all over. Right. It's super high. They're so comfy, you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Grace. Becky Anderson, 545. Good morning, chicks. I pray New York City will wake up like our country did after Biden. Perhaps that will be the start of needed changes. I just think he's going to win, but hopefully it'll be contained. We'll see. We will see. Terry Ray Nick, 6070. I am a Catholic, not a good one, but still a Catholic. And if you think the Holocaust didn't happen, then you don't know your church history. I agree. I don't understand what's happening with that small little sect of Catholics. Like I said, I have Catholics in my family. I have nothing against people get mad when I talk about Catholics. I just don't understand that little sect of weirdo Catholics that are like breaking away, you know? Terry Ray Nick, 6070. The beginning of the Holocaust movement rounded up poor Catholic priests and nuns. For goodness sake, read a book. Yes.
Oh, but I mean, obviously Candace has access to different and better books or something.
Yeah. Right. Terry
Also,
Raynick,
she's been Catholic for about 20 minutes. So.
maybe 5 minutes. Terry Raynick, 6070. A circle of those people, you mean a circle jerk? Yes, I do. Totally. Stroke Jen, FYI chicks, watch your mail as I send a package to each of you. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Love and hugs, Stroke Jen. Thank you, Jen. Jose, Texas 15. What do you call a female deer that loves pickles? A dildo. Just take my butt.
So apropos.
That was awesome, Jose. And Stroke Jen again. I made a promise to a new friend. Shout out to Pork Chop from the Alpaca Farm. Okay, shout out to Pork Chop. There we go.
Hi, Pork Chop.
You guys were bringing it in. It is Thursday. We are on the downhill slope to tomorrow. Everybody have the most fabulous day. We will talk to you tomorrow.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.